Welcome to the Unapologetic Man Podcast, the only podcast that's all about self-improvement, confidence, success, women, and being a man without making any apologies for it. What is up, gentlemen? Thank you for tuning in to yet another hard-hitting episode of the UMP, and today we are going to talk about the survey method to get, what did I say, 50,000 phone numbers? Seriously, man. This shit is going to get you more phone numbers than you can possibly know what to do with. It is so goddamn effective. Now, before we jump into the content, I'm going to let you know that I don't do this anymore. Nor, if I broke up with my current woman, Marissa, would I do it. Why? Because I feel it's a crutch. It's a really good crutch. It works like goddamn gangbusters. But if I were to be single again, here's what I'd do. I'd fucking direct approach. Hey, I thought you were cute. Had to come meet you and see if you were interesting. My name's Mark. What's up? What's your name? Okay, I would just do that time and time again. And when you have that skill set, which it's my job to try to get you to, you don't have to do little fancy tricks like this, these serendipitous, under the radar kind of ways to get girls and get their phone numbers. Nah, man, you just go up and say, hey, I thought you were cute. Had to come meet you. My name's Mark. What's up? What's your name? That's simple. But I know a lot of you guys have massive approach anxiety, and sometimes you have to ease into these things like an old man into a warm bath. So I'm here to help you do that. I'm here to give you as many techniques as possible to just make this as easy as possible on you, because I know it's scary. A lot of guys are absolutely terrified of being rejected, as I recently talked about in my previous episode. How they think women are going to say, get away from me, creep. Why are you talking to us? Go get a life. Or fuck you. I want nothing to do with you. And this fear prevents the majority of men from even trying to approach women. But soon you realize that fear is just false evidence appearing real. And most girls are pretty cool when you're cool to them. But again, this is a really good way to kind of ease yourself into it. It's a trick I used to use back when I lived in Arizona. And once again, I don't do it anymore because frankly, I don't need to. But it was a trick that I used to, again, get under the radar, talk to girls without pretty much any chance of rejection. And it's kind of one of those cute things that girls find really endearing. And it has this cool thing at the end that girls always laugh about and you can laugh about. You guys have your little moment, right? Just like you're going to get in the cuddle shuttle with these chicks and nestle into her neck and say, wasn't that cute the way I met you, Kelly? Wasn't that so clever? And she's going to be like, oh, yes, it was. And then soon you realize, dude, I don't need this shit. I don't need these fucking training wheels because I'm a man, I'm courageous, and rejection is just a goddamn illusion. It doesn't exist because she doesn't know you. She knows literally nothing about you, so why do guys take it so personally? But listen, I've been in this niche for a long time. Not only have I too gone through the travails of being terrified of rejection, couldn't look at a hot girl, let alone go approach one. But I've also coached thousands of men through that fear. And I'm telling you, brother, if you're able to reprogram the shit inside your head, you can overcome this fear where literally any girl, anytime, anywhere is available to you. How awesome would that be? If you're going through Costco or the supermarket and you see this banging hot girl, not only do you have the courage to go talk to her, not only do you have the belief in yourself that you're enough where she's privileged to talk to you and you're the prize, but you know what to talk about. You know how to get her attracted to you. God, I feel like that's worth every single penny on this earth to be able to achieve that skill set. And that's what I teach my boys. So what I want to do now is I want to read a quick review of my 3-month coaching program where I teach my boys exactly how to do this. I have about 15 screenshots on my desktop. I just looked in Dropbox. I have about 40 others that I haven't even yet uploaded onto my website. I'm going to have my IT guy take care of that this week, hopefully. So I'm just going to choose one. I'm going to click on it and let's see what it says. Hold on. Okay, this is from, okay. He says not to use his name. So this is from Anonymous. Okay, hey Mark, I wanted to wait a while before writing the review to get some insight into what it's like after the program ends. And the skills I learned have continued to grow and enhance my life over the last couple months. I miss those weekly coaching calls and thank you for all you've given me. Please keep my name anonymous for the testimonial, but feel free to tattoo it on Marissa's face. Good one, buddy. Okay, here's the testimonial. Mark's 3-month coaching program was the most valuable and rewarding 3 months of my life. By week 5, I was going on 2 to 3 dates per week. And by the end of the program, I felt confident approaching any woman, getting her attracted to me, and many times pulling her phone number. And while that was an incredibly valuable skill to learn, it wasn't the best part. Mark's NLP completely changed my life. Damn, this was a good one that I clicked on. It rewired my negative belief systems that I have been carrying around since I was a child. The feeling of being able to live my life, not giving a fuck about what others think of me, while being the most true version of myself is incredibly liberating. I 100% recommend this program to any guy who wants to find true inner confidence, stack Mark's powerful techniques on top of it, and get amazing results with women. P.S. I still listen to your voice almost every day while washing my balls. That was a joke between him and I. He's like, hey man, I listen to your podcast while I'm in the shower. And I was like, in other words, you listen to my podcast while washing your balls? Pretty creepy, bro. And we had a joke between that. So brother, you know who you are. Thank you so much. And boys, literally, I click on a random review on my desktop and that's what every single dude says. My program is designed to not only teach you the skill set to attract women, but also to reprogram the bullshit inside your head. I put you in a mild state of hypnosis with NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. We remove negative belief systems. We go after childhood traumas. We install archetype schemas and meta programs to make you attractive to women. We address the root of the problem, which isn't necessarily, I don't know what to say. The root of the problem is you don't feel like you're enough. And on top of that, once making you feel like you're enough, I tell you what to say and I give you gambits just like this one. So let's jump into it now, the survey method. All right, the survey method is exactly as it sounds. And by the way, this one goes out to my boy Mark B, who asked about this in a coaching call recently. And I told him all about it. And I'm going to tell you guys about it now. So Mark, you're a fucking champion. Big salute to you. Yes, you made it onto the podcast. All right, boys. So what we do is we do a survey. We have a clipboard. And we have questions on a piece of paper. And I strongly suggest doing this at college campuses or anywhere where women are congregating. Okay, this works really well, as I mentioned, at college campuses. I used to do this at ASU, Arizona State University. So basically, you're pretending to take a survey. And this is why I feel it's training wheels, because you're kind of lying to get in to talking to hot girls. But I'll tell you what, walk around with a clipboard and make sure that your subject matter is interesting and fun for them. And girls will want to talk to you every day of the week and twice on Sunday. Theodore Roosevelt. This shit is super powerful. So you have a clipboard in your hand. You're like, hey, ladies, real quick. We're doing a survey about what women are attracted to. Takes about 30 seconds to a minute. How would you feel about taking it? It's really interesting. Okay, so they always say, yeah. They're like, yeah, we're super into that. Why? Because girls are interested in talking about relationships, what they're attracted to. Boys, what do you think most girls talk about when they're alone in their knitting circles or in their little Friday night get-togethers where they get in pajamas and watch Netflix? They talk about boys. Why do women always go to the bathroom together? Because they're talking about dudes inside the bathroom. Who's dating who likes what guy texted her what, how many dudes are following her on Instagram. This is what interests women. And this, by the way, is why they put so much effort into their looks and appearance, which, by the way, any women listening, big salute to you. Thank you so much for being beautiful. It makes my life and the life of my boys listening so much fucking better. And guys listening, you should look at women as a beautiful piece of art or a beautiful sunset and just be like, thank you for being so goddamn beautiful. Because I'll tell you, all those hot girls out there, I don't know about you guys listening, but they make my life a lot better. I absolutely love women. Well, we love women to look at them and to admire them, and women love relationships. So when you talk about relationships, what they're attracted to, what kind of guy is like the perfect boyfriend, what kind of relationship they'd like to have, they love that shit. So you walk around with the clipboard, girls are walking by and you're like, hey, real quick, we're doing a survey. Now, when you say we, you don't have to explain who it is. You don't have to be like, I'm doing a survey for my psychology class, or Arizona State University is sanctioning the survey via the Survey Fund 2023. We have been funded and granted in order to take this survey, and I've been employed by such entity to go ahead and interview you. You don't need to say all that. Just be like, we're doing a survey. Takes 30 seconds. It's super fun. You want to take it? She'll be like, yes. Okay, so the first question is, what are you attracted to in a man? Now, when she answers, and here's part of the magic of this, women don't often know exactly what they're attracted to. They'll say things like confidence, they'll say things like ambition, but here's where you get to jump in and tell her what she's attracted to. I did a podcast episode maybe like 2 years ago where I spoke about the attraction building technique of actually telling women what they're attracted to. So while asking her what she's attracted to, she's going to say certain things. She's going to say, I like confidence. I like him to be kind of sure of himself. I like him to be a little bit mysterious. I like him to be whatever, tall, dark, and handsome, which by the way is complete bullshit, because if you get a guy who's confident and sure in himself, he doesn't have to be tall, dark, and handsome. He just has to be confident. So what I do there is I ask her what she's attracted to, and I'll be like, you know what's interesting? Your name's Kelly, right? You know what I find interesting is a lot of girls will say what you said, but what I think they're really attracted to is a guy who is in control but isn't controlling. He can lead you to where you want to be led. He's confident in himself. He's ambitious, right? He wants to become something, and he makes you a priority, but he doesn't make you a first priority. Would you say that resonates with you? And girls will be like, oh yeah, totally. And they'll get really excited. Now, what you've just done is you've communicated that you're that dude. You're confident. You're ambitious. You're the dude who's talking to her in such a way where you're leading her to where she wants to be led, which is down this emotional path of taking this fun survey. Okay, and then you can ask a question like, what is it that you liked most in your previous boyfriend? Now, this is not only a way to get information about what she's most attracted to, but also to see if she has a boyfriend. Okay, because we're going to do something at the end that's a little trick, and we need to make sure that she doesn't have a boyfriend. So she may be like, well, my current boyfriend is XYZ. And then what you could do is ask a few other questions, which I'll get to in a second, wrap the thing up. But if she's like, well, what I really liked about him was what XYZ, then what I say is, why did you guys break up? I'm guessing, Kelly, it's because you were a bad kisser, huh? Now, this is a tactic that I use all the time, boys, in set, where I'm like, why don't you have a boyfriend? It's probably because you're a bad kisser, huh? You do the helicopter tongue maneuver, the jackhammer tongue maneuver, and you do the old face dog licking technique where you lick the dude from chin to forehead and you just slobber all over the dude's face, don't you? And girls will crack up, and this gets into sexual tension where she's like, I'm not a bad kisser, I'm actually a good kisser. And then you can start talking about, oh yeah? Well, what do you do? Why are you such a good kisser? This is part of the survey, by the way. So why are you such a good kisser? Now, at this point, she's going to start feeling flirty towards you, hopefully start feeling some attraction towards you because you're using all these attraction techniques, but they were initially disguised into a survey. You see how that worked? So again, I'm giving you training wheels, a reason to go approach girls, one after the other because, dude, you're doing a survey. Yet you get to use all these attraction building techniques. Okay, so why didn't you have a boyfriend? You must be a bad kisser. Then I might go into a cold read and I might be like, as I'm sitting here talking to you, Kelly, you seem really fun loving and positive, and you're obviously a really good communicator, but I get a feeling, correct me if I'm wrong, I get a feeling that deep inside, you're not to be fucked with. So if some guy cheated on your friend, you completely kick his ass, wouldn't you? 99% of the time, girls are going to say, oh yeah, totally. Because everybody wants to feel that deep inside they're not to be fucked with. And this, again, is an attraction building technique. So we've asked her what she's attracted to. We asked her what she liked best about her previous boyfriend. We asked her why she doesn't have a boyfriend. She must be a bad kisser. We did the helicopter tongue technique on her to make her more attracted. Then we did a cold read. Okay, now you start getting into questions about where she likes to go on dates. So the next question is, where is your favorite place to go on a date? So for example, would you prefer to go to sushi? Would you prefer to go get tapas? Do you like American food? Or would you prefer to go on a walk on the beach? Or how about going to play miniature golf or maybe going on a hike? So what's your favorite thing to do on a first date? Okay, and she says, I really like to go miniature golfing, let's say, or I really like to go to museums or whatever she says. And you say, okay, cool. And what's your typical availability? So Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, or perhaps during the week, when are you usually available? And she says, oh, I'm usually available like Thursday evenings from 7 to 9. You say, perfect. Okay, what was your name again? And she's like, Kelly. Last name, Kelly? Swanson. Okay, perfect. Phone number. She's like 970-480-3231. Whatever, you write that down. You'd be like, cool, I'm going to text you. Okay, and here's what we're going to do. Thursday night, I also happen to have free, and I too enjoy going to play miniature golf. They have a place called Fort Fun up in Fort Collins. So I'll text you and we'll get it arranged. Okay, at this point, She's totally blushing. She's totally laughing. And she's either going to say, okay, or she's going to question you and be like, was this a real survey? You'd be like, of course. Is there a mustache in Mexico? Of course, this was a real survey. And I'll tell you what, I've talked to a lot of girls, but there's just something about you I'm attracted to. So how would you feel if I texted you about that? And oftentimes, boys, she'll say yes. So again, this is an under the radar way to get in with chicks, to talk to them, to open them. And if you don't like them or you feel like you're getting a bad vibe, they're not playful, you just pretend to do the survey and then you end it. Hey, thanks a lot for your participation. But if you guys are vibing, such as when you accuse her of being a bad kisser, when you cold read her and you're getting those signs of attraction and you're feeling it, then do the, where's your favorite place to go on a date? Would you prefer to do this, that, and the other? What's your name? What's your phone number? And then you say, cool, I'll text you and we'll set that up. And that's kind of the punchline, isn't it? That's the time she realizes, oh shit, this dude's actually interested in me. And you've built attraction with her. So now you're allowed to show that you're interested in her. If you're not getting those signs of attraction, then don't do it. Another question I occasionally throw in is a qualifying question. For those of you who have been listening to my content for a long time, you should know what a qualifying question is. And I want to ask you, what other question can we throw into the survey that's a qualifying question? That's right. You're a smart motherfucker. Check out the brain on you. You're a goddamn genius, bro. You ask her, what would your best friend say is the best thing about you? Now, the reason we do this is because when you qualify a woman, which means make her explain herself to you, she's actually getting more attracted to you and you can justify your attraction for her. I want to say that again because a couple of y'all are a little thick-headed. When you ask her to sell herself to you, she has to justify in her subconscious mind that she likes you more than she might actually like you because she's selling herself to you. And it gives her a reason to know why you're attracted to her, why you like her. So you say such things as, what would your best friend say is the coolest thing about you? What's good about you beyond your looks? You're obviously really cute, but beauty's common, especially here at Arizona State University. So what's good about you beyond your looks? And or why are you awesome? What's your best quality? Okay, she's going to tell you, she's going to sell herself to you, and you could even kind of urge her on a little bit. Be like, really? You're loyal? What have you done that's loyal? Okay, if she explains herself to you, and this is used both in set when you're just talking to girls or in the survey method, when a woman explains herself to you, you want to reward it and be like, you know what, Kelly, it's pretty awesome. I actually like that about you. You just went up 20 points in my book. You're now at negative 623. Congratulations. She slaps you on the arm. Boom, big attraction. So again, boys, the survey method, it works in a way where you're pretending to survey women about what they're attracted to. And then you use that to get your foot in the door and build attraction in the way that I just explained. Now, some of you, and I know a lot of y'all, are full of excuses. And as Jocko always says, all your excuses are lies. And I completely believe that, but I know a lot of you guys are full of excuses and you're like, well, they're going to think I'm trying to sell them something or I don't want to disturb them. Bro, you need to fucking address that negative belief system. If you're not even willing to go up to a girl and do a fun survey with her, which by the way is going to give her tons of value and give her a great time that day. She's going to be texting all her friends about it. She's going to be thinking about it for 3 days. If you're afraid to do that, you need to come into my program and let me work on the bullshit inside your head, which I guarantee you comes from the following beliefs right here. Don't bother people. Don't be a nuisance. Don't rock the boat. Don't try to sell people anything. Don't disturb people. If you have that belief system, bro, we need to remove that immediately because it's holding you back. How many girls have you missed because of that very belief system? I can almost guarantee you dozens, if not hundreds, you have missed because of that one belief system that somebody gave you before you had the opportunity to defend yourself. So now you got this belief system that isn't working well for you. It's preventing you from getting girls. It's preventing you from approaching. And even something so easy as the survey method is being thrown out the window because you're too afraid to quote unquote bother people. Brother, when I go up and I'm like, hey, real quick, we're doing a survey. It takes 30 seconds. It's tons of fun. You're going to love it. We're asking girls what they're attracted to in men. Do you want to participate? I have no apologetic vibe behind doing that. I feel completely justified in it. And again, because I feel I'm the prize, because I feel that I'm worth it, I actually feel the girl is privileged for me to come up to her and talk to her. Not only with something fun like the survey method, but when I just go up and I'm like, hey, I thought you were cute, had to come meet you, I feel completely 100% utterly justified to do that. And if you don't, I'm going to be honest with you, my friend. I'm going to cut it to you completely straight. I'm not going to bullshit you. You have an issue going on inside your head. My job as your coach is to remove that shit. And I do that by putting you in a mild state of hypnosis. I use NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, to remove belief systems like that, like a splinter from your brain. So if you're not even willing to do this, there's an issue. But even if you're not willing to just straight go up to a girl and say, hey, I thought you were cute, had to come meet you. My name's Adam. What's up? What's your name? If you're not willing to do that, there's an issue there. Straight up. And I'm the one dude that's going to be honest with you about it. Come work with us. Let me remove bullshit like that from your subconscious mind so you can be free and just go talk to women and literally not give a fuck about what they think about you. Rejection makes me laugh. It's laughable because she's the one who's missing out. She has a broken filter. It's her issue. Has nothing to do with me. So the survey method, go try it, boys. Works like gangbusters. It's funny to me because all over America, Australia, England, and Canada, we're going to have dudes with clipboards going around asking girls what they're attracted to. And you know what? I'm happy that I'm unleashing you champions onto the world to do that because it's about to give those beautiful women out there amazing experiences. We together as the Unapologetic Man Army are going to put smiles on the faces of so many beautiful women, and that right there is beautiful. I'm fucking happy that I'm kicking off this wave of survey takers. Guys, go get those 50,000 phone numbers. I swear to God, I used to do this like once or twice a week. I would have more phone numbers that I could handle for the entire month because I just did girl after girl after girl and it works so goddamn well. So Mark B, that one's for you, brother. Hope you boys enjoyed it. Remember, I drop podcasts on Mondays and Thursdays and I'm always trying to bring you guys the absolute best content because I know your time is valuable. I know that a lot of you guys are struggling and I'm here to try to take you to the highest level. Now, if you want to fast track that, if you want to get up the mountain in the simplest, easiest way possible, come join my fucking program. I don't want you to get to the end of your life and be like, man, if I just invested in myself, if I just took that one extra step, I wouldn't have married this goddamn canyon mule who's holding my hand as I'm dying. And I'm like, I didn't even really love this chick. She wasn't even really up to my standards. And you may think I'm being dark and negative and you may think I'm being an asshole, but I'm telling you, I talk to guy after guy after guy where this happens very, very frequently, where a dude will marry a girl who is just good enough because she loves him and she wants him. And he's like, well, I can't do any better. I didn't have the balls and know what to say enough to be able to talk to a girl who I was attracted to all throughout my life. I missed thousands of opportunities, so I married a girl who chose me. And now here I am on my deathbed regretting it, holding the hand of a mountain troll who wasn't up to my standards. And any women listening, better yourselves too so you can get a dude whose nickname isn't Beta Cuck Charlie because you too have to improve yourself in order to get the best man possible. I am here for you boys. I use NLP to reprogram the bullshit in your head. Sign up on my website, CoachMarkSing.com, fill in the quick application. You and I will email back and forth, and you're going to get on a free one-on-one breakthrough session with my boy Victor Lynch to see if I can at least 10x your results by reprogramming the bullshit inside your head so that you too can become an absolute girl magnet, just like every single review that I read on this podcast, and that's waiting on my desktop and waiting in Dropbox for me to upload to my website. Who the hell has over 250 reviews on their website? Jesus H. Christ on a popsicle stick. Does this shit work? Yes, it does. It fucking works, and I want to do it on you too. Sign up today. Can't wait to meet you. I want to thank you again for listening. I really do appreciate it. I drop podcasts on Mondays and Thursdays, and that's right. I will see you in the next episode.